Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra Kane. I'm sitting here with Donovan, a recovering Democrat Saadiq, also known as the Black Yule Brenner, and it is the Demetra K Show, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. I'd like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you viewers, but you are participants and your family, and sometimes I share the link. If I share the link and your profile looks like this, please show me this. If you're not comfortable, you can go back to this, especially if I've never seen you on here before. I must absolutely see your face if we do share the link. Also, in the comment section, it's not that we disagree, it is how we disagree. So let's be as respectful as possible. Same thing for us here on the panel. Today, we're going to be talking about a Puerto Rican man being upset about their women integrating into Black America. And I'm going to show y'all a video, and maybe y'all can help me make sense of it all. As I listened to it a couple of times, I was like, whatever could be the problem. So we'll try to solve this problem together. In the meantime, see one who cares. How you doing? Brother Reggie, what's going on with you? Sister Sunlight, hope you're doing well. Candy, LaShondra, and Brother Troy, long time no see. Donovan, what say you?
What say me is welcome to the platform, you guys. Good to see you guys back with us again. We really do appreciate it. Oh, my Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. LA Sparks, Lakeia Jackson acting up in her second year. What is going on with these young people who I don't know if it gets to their head. I don't know what it is. But if women's basketball is to survive, you've got to get butts in the seat and stop with the foolishness and build the brand. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Glad to see everybody. If you guys would like to keep these great conversations going, you see that scrolling banner at the bottom in the red? There's a ways you guys can donate: Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, money order, cash, however you guys want to do it. Keeps these great conversations going. And for those of you guys that have donated and continue to donate, we thank you so much, because it does motivate the content creator. Also, don't forget about the African Diaspora News Channel app. In that app, you will get videos you won't see for free that you see free on YouTube. You'll see in-depth commentary from Demetra K, Brother Phil Scott, Vicky Dillon, and the rest of the African Diaspora News crew and production crew that go on in there. Apple Store, Google Play. You guys can get all that great stuff, information there. Let's get into this conversation, because this is interesting, because I don't know anything about it, you guys. So this will be my first time hearing about it, and I will give my unsolicited opinion.
And I know you will. So anyway, hello to everybody that's come on here. Everybody else can catch up when they get here. So, a lot of times I struggle with topics, because I'm like, okay, there's so much to talk about, but I don't want to really talk about it. But I saw this and I thought it was really interesting, because I was like, oh, really? I thought you guys were one thing or another, but I guess, I don't know, per this man's conversation, they're not really. Janelle, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Extreme X, what's going on with you? And Entree, how you doing? So I'm going to show y'all this video of his complaint, if you will. Mike Nice, what's going on? Sagittarius Goddess. And maybe y'all can help me figure out what's going on. So here we go.
The fact that the National Puerto Rican Day Parade is located in New York, with the highest concentration of Puerto Ricans in the United States, it means absolutely nothing, considering that the majority of East Coast Puerto Rican women have abandoned the Puerto Rican household and integrated themselves into Black America, which is why there is presently a movement based on the erasure of Boricuas as we know it, and calling themselves Afro-Boricua. This to me is an existential threat to Boricuas, because it's making its way to Puerto Rico and is disrupting the society. It's basically creating animosity, racial animosity, where there was none. And even if there was classism in Puerto Rico, what Afro-Boricuas are bringing to Puerto Rico is definitely going to be a determining factor to how divided we are.
And it cut off at that point. So I'm going to take it down. So I don't know. Sounds like they're going to have a parade, as they do, I guess, in New York, Puerto Rican Day Parade. And as he says, the highest concentration of Puerto Ricans are in New York, which will probably make sense, right? Because from what I understand, Puerto Rico is closer to New York than it is anywhere else. But he's having an issue with Puerto Rican women, because he says they seem like, I guess where he is anyway, seem like they're trying to integrate into Black America, erasing Puerto Ricans, I don't know. That's kind of what he was saying. He says now they want to identify as Afro-Latina. And he says it's now making its way to Puerto Rico, you know. Then he brings up classism and, you know, it's going to cause a divide and this, that, and the other. Now, like a lot of y'all, I was thinking, well, I thought y'all were black. That's what I thought, because you hear that a lot. No, Puerto Ricans are black. We're black, we're black, we're black. But then you hear this, man, and it's kind of something we're starting to hear more and more. But he's basically saying, well, we're not. We're Puerto Rican. And we know Puerto Ricans, they do have some, you know, African, they got black in them, right? It was just a different boat stop, really. But he's saying that their women are, I don't know why the women, y'all might know, I don't know, why the women are wanting to go. Maybe they're trying to be with black men. I don't know. He's saying they're trying to integrate to black Americans, and he doesn't like it. So maybe y'all can help me understand what the problem is, because again, I thought they were black. Donovan, I'm going to get into the comment section.
Well, again, here we have the manosphere telling women what they should do with their bodies and who they should date and what they should be doing. You know, isn't it funny that in other culture, the women don't be like getting offended by the men trying to tell them what to do because the patriarchy is very strong, but you don't hear no public pushback. I'm very sure there's pushback, but it's not public. But why are you guys surprised by this, Demetra? Everybody wants a brother. You know, look right here. Look right here. All of this. All of this. Why wouldn't you want to, you know, don't make me put on the Speedos. Don't make me put on my Speedos. All right? But anyway, you know, we're the hottest thing going where we go. And it's always been that way for those of us who have traveled abroad. Brothers, how many of y'all been to Europe and Germany where the Fräuleins are buying you alcoholic beverages, trying to get you drunk and take you home? We're the hottest thing going, and this is why we are one of the biggest threats. This is why these other people come to this country and try to put us down, and you know they try to appropriate our culture. Demetra, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, you know. That Joe and all these other people talk about they were there, they were taking pictures, they were doing all this other stuff, you know, and all this, you know, we're the hottest thing going. So I am not surprised that this man is offended by all of this. I mean, we've got the swag. I mean, nobody can shake it like a brother can shake it. I'm sorry. We got the swag. We got the look. We got the mojo. As much as our sisters complain with our foolishness, most black men and black women marry each other at the end of the day. So I'm not surprised by this, but let's hear what you guys got to say.
So that's it, huh? Y'all got the sauce, and everybody's wrapped up into being with a black man. Well, as a black woman, I would agree with that, you know. But again, I was under the impression that the Ricans were black. You know, I was. Maybe it's news to me. You know?
No, you misunderstood. Puerto Ricans are black when it's convenient to be black.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Getting into the comments section. Kerry says he's complaining because they are losing their woman. Yeah. I mean, maybe you should ask the women, why y'all trying to assimilate to Black America now? You know, and like somebody else said, maybe he lost his woman to a black man. I don't know. Child of God, he says most Puerto Ricans in Philly are down with black people too. Even the ones who don't look black identify with black people. That's what I thought. I know quite a few Puerto Ricans and they identify as black. So when I see something like this, and it's not the first time I've seen this, it's like, oh, I mean, if she's with a black man, wouldn't she just be with a different version of you? I don't know. You know, Big Merc G, how you doing? Says what the problem is. Yeah, come on. We're trying to figure it out. Corey, how you doing? Says they forgot Puerto Rican is a nationality, not a race. Well, technically Puerto Ricans are American, right? Because it's part of America. So they would be American, but I guess they're identified as Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, that's that Latin culture stuff that they,
right?
You know, whatever.
Hey, Pop, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Child of God, he says New York Puerto Ricans are on some other stuff, but I know quite a few New York Puerto Ricans, and they seem down with black people. I don't know. They identify as black. So that's kind of why I was like, oh, that the Puerto Rican women are leaving. And then he said they spreading it to the island of Puerto Rico. Those wenches must be stopped. Brother Don, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Johanna, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else is here. I'm kind of goofy today. Big Merc G, says the stories I could tell about New York and Pennsylvania Puerto Rican women, and I'm from Alabama. Yeah, as far as I know, the brothers love Puerto Rican women. You know, love Puerto Rican women. They're very beautiful women.
Spicy, but beautiful. They're beautiful women.
Negroes say he's mad they're mixing with black men, but that doesn't make them black. If they want to identify as black, put it in writing. I mean, I totally agree. But like I said, the ones I know, they ain't fronting. They identify as black. So I don't know, you know. Sherry, how you doing? Says, well, according to the Puerto Rican women in New York, they say that black men treat them very well, better than their own men. Well, that's the same thing they do with white women. Only a few of us get that treatment. Okay.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny that they say that because also in Asia, the Filipinos and the Thai women, they say the black men treat them very, 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 very well.
Well, why y'all can't treat us that way? I'm just playing. That guy McFly, how you doing? Says envy and embarrassment of assimilating to our culture is the reason for their hatred. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see culture being different, right? Culturally, we're different. Black Americans are different than Puerto Ricans because they have their own culture. We have ours. Now, if they're assimilating, well, most people try to assimilate to Black American culture. Let's keep it a buck, right? But again, I was always under the impression that Puerto Ricans were black. You know, just a different boat stop, but apparently not. And it's spreading to the island, for God's sake. Let's see. Brother Stephen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Tell your beautiful wife we said hello. Sunlight says, Demetri, can you quantify swag? Serious question. Well, swag is in the eye of the beholder. You know, like, I don't know. I see a brother. I don't know about all that. Swag is really in the eye of the beholder. You might see a brother and say, God, he got swag, the way he moved, the way he talked, the way he dressed, the way he smelled. But then another woman might see Poindexter and be like, I don't know. So it's really in the eye of the beholder. I don't think, just like I don't think fashion can be defined. I don't know if swag can be defined. Donovan feels like he's got swag. Who am I to tell him he doesn't? You know? So I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me. Corey, how you doing? Long time no see. Brandy says, no, they're not American. Puerto Rican got their own country. No, they actually don't have their own country. They're
a territory of the United States. They're a territory of the United States.
Yeah, they belong to America. They're on a different island, but they're still part of America, if that makes any sense.
It's like Guamanians, that's American territory. Right. So they have the rights to vote and all that other great stuff.
Correct. Reese Lightning Electric, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Pleasure, and I hope I said your name right. It's a pleasure meeting you in Ohio. It definitely was. Thank you for showing up and for all that you do and all that you did. And greetings to you. Let's see here. Extreme says, don't worry, Demetri, they're gonna take your place. Who gonna take all of the Puerto Ricans? Hey, have at it. Yeah, I can't get them all.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with that, Demetri. I'm gonna tell you why, fellas. I'm gonna tell you why. As beautiful as Puerto Rican women are, Demetri has the one thing that is very attractive within the Black culture, and she's sitting on it. Okay, so she's always gonna have that weapon.
It's called my personality. Okay, I'm sitting on my personality. All right, let's see. Brandy says sisters don't give brothers a chance. Is that what you mean? Yeah, we do. How we don't give brothers a chance when most Black women and Black men are with each other, whether they're married or in relationships. So clearly we're giving brothers a chance, you know, so.
And a lot of women, before they go bitter on brothers, the first 2-3 kids are for Black men. So.
and the first 19 dudes we been with was Black. Okay. So what the hell? I said, that sounds like more than a chance to me. He says, oh, they're not worried about height. Black women ain't worried about height either. All my, not that I've been with that many men. All my boyfriends and the one husband that I had for 10 months, they weren't all tall. Some of them were. My baby daddy, he like 6 feet, maybe 6'1", somewhere around there. My last fiance, he's 6'4". Then I had a boyfriend who was just a tiny bit taller than me. My ex-husband, he was about my height, maybe a tiny bit taller. So I think that's something that you hear on the internet from silly women. Oh, he got that big sex, he got that big, but she ain't got the. I saw Oprah back in the day, and Steve Harvey was on there. And this is when he had wrote his book, you know, whatever it's called, Think Like a Man and whatever it is. And this woman was in the audience, and she was a big sister. She was big.
They call them big backs. Go ahead.
I ain't say all that. I just said she had a little girth on her, okay? Woo. So Steve Harvey asked her, he says, well, what kind of man you looking for? And she did say, oh, I need him to be tall and fit, and he needs to be a millionaire. And Steve Harvey, he was really trying to hold back and be professional. He says, well, are you any of that? She says, well, no. He says, and then, because you could clearly see she ate too many donuts before at least she got to the Oprah show. He's like, well, then why are you expecting the man to be what you not? And she didn't have an answer for her. So if that helps explain it, sometimes people are delusional. Like, at least be asking for what you are, at least the equivalent of what that may be, right?
Yeah, some people are delusional. These younger girls, because the older sisters unfortunately aren't correcting them, is they actually believe this stuff that they deserve. You know, a lot of women, a lot of people, not just women, but men too, they think because they make a certain amount of money, they deserve a certain type of person that's making that type of money on that level. Women are taught to level up. Men are taught to date who you like. That's why you can work at McDonald's. As long as we're attracted to you, we will date you. But women are taught from their fathers, their mothers, whatever, date up. And it's just, and I think they've taken it too literally, you know, to the core, you know, to what it means. Like you said, if you've never dated a man that makes 6 figures, how do you come up with the number when the average black man in the United States makes $43,000? So if that's the average black man, what man that's making 6 figures is going to attract you and you be the only one he wants to be with? If a man is making a lot of money, he has a lot of options.
Yeah, but there's a lot of men who make a lot of money and don't choose all those options. A lot of men with a lot of money, they stay with the one option and they keep it pushing. They sit themselves down somewhere and they have a nice life with one wife.
Right. Name me one.
Steph Curry, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Samuel
Jackson. Stop right there. Stop right there. So you don't realize that they have side chicks.
What's the side chick name?
Ursula.
Nah. Tell me the side chick's name.
How am I supposed to know that she's a side chick? They're side chicks.
So then how do you know that they have one?
But how do you know he's by himself?
But wait now. You told me the name and I did, and you said, oh, what about the side chick? And I'm asking you to tell me what the side chick is.
No, but what I'm saying is you don't know that for a fact that they're just with that woman. The men that you named are married to one woman. That doesn't mean they don't have multiple women. That don't mean they don't have multiple women.
Okay, you know what? Don't die on this hill, brother. Don't do it.
No, I'm not dying on the hill. What I'm saying is I didn't say who are married. They have multiple women. It's known Magic Johnson has side chicks. That's known. That's known.
Where are they?
I don't know. You want to go down the street and grab her? What do you want me to do?
I'm saying, listen, it ain't what you know, it's what you can prove. You're saying that they got side chicks, and I'm saying, how do you know? And you're like, well, it's a known fact, but you don't know, but it's a known fact. So there's something going on in the middle, some friction.
Well, no, what it is you're asking me to name the side chick. I don't know these women. But that doesn't mean they don't exist. You see what I'm saying?
But you don't have proof that they do.
I do have proof that they do.
Well, what's their names? What they look like? Where they at?
I don't know them personally. Okay. I don't know these people personally. So that's unrealistic for you to ask me to say that.
You know
the
what
fact
I mean?
of the matter is these guys have side chicks. That's just they just do.
It can't be a fact of the matter if you can't back it up with proof. You know,
I don't know their names. Charlene, Boomquisha number 3,
no.
so on, so on and so forth.
There's this thing in wrestling, okay? When they got you on the like that, what do? What do you
mean?
What do you do when you want
to tap out?
There you go. Next. Okay. Negroes, you say, my family has been taken over by Puerto Ricans. All the kids have Puerto Rican mothers, so the genetics are different from 30 years ago. In 20 years, my family won't be black anymore. Side, but you know, they are black. You know, they are. Like, again, it's just a different boat stop. So I wouldn't say that they're not black, but I get what you're saying. I actually have nieces and nephews that are part Puerto Rican and black. It makes sense of that. Sound man, how you doing? Says black need to worry about black. We don't care if Rican too much in Brooklyn. We see them play the game, but we Brooklyn know what side Rican is on straight. I don't know if that's the way you wrote it, but okay, got you. Sunlight says cut the BS. Lorenz Tate is a sex symbol, and Jermaine Dupri had Janet Jackson in love with him. So cut the BS. Get off to get in the internet.
Meaning height doesn't really matter if you've got that attraction. Yeah.
Come on now, stop moving the goalposts. Even Spike Lee's wife they're like that, you know. Johanny says a lot of passport bros are coming up missing, hurt, or robbed, going after foreign women whose families hate black people. Our women are enough. Say it again for the people in the back. Morris Chestnut, yes, he's been with his woman for like 30-something years, faithfully, from what he says. You know, he's never been with anybody else. So, I don't know. Undisputed Truth, how you doing? Says poor Reese is sick. Those Latinos are funny looking. Reese, you need help. What? I mean, I've seen some pretty good looking Puerto Ricans. Yes, I have. And yes, I have. I was about to think, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, y'all, come on, y'all name them. Name all these people who are faithful. You know, Brandon says, and they are the reason why the community all jacked up. And I don't know, you know, who they are. And Brother Reggie says side chicks are supposed to be a secret. Well, if they're a secret, then how you know they exist? You know what I'm saying? Y'all putting these people.
This is the problem, fellas, right here. When you're telling them what's going on, they just don't want to see it. Everybody knows if you're a person that has money, you have options, be it male or female. You have options. I'm not saying everybody does it, but it is a known practice. Thus, you have P. Diddy on trial right now. You have Harvey Weinstein, wherever he's at. All of these people, when you have money, you have options. That's just a fact. How many of these rich, super rich white women stay with these men and these guys have mistresses? It just happens. And I know, of course, because you haven't seen it, it doesn't go on until it comes out in court.
Yes, fellas, that is the problem. Women like me want you to back it up. Okay, stop yipping your yapper on things you have no knowledge of. Back it up. It ain't what you know, it's what you can prove. Y'all putting these people out on Front Street talking about the cheating on their wives and stuff, and I say, well, who are the side pieces? Mm-hmm.
Wait, just because you don't know the names of these side pieces doesn't mean it's not happening. And this is where y'all get y'all little hearts broken because you guys put in your mind, oh, I don't see anything. Oh, there's no side chicks. He's totally dedicated to me, and he's in Bali screwing somebody else.
Again, that little diatribe you just did was cute, but it was not proofful of anything.
I don't have to show proof of something that's been going on since the beginning of time.
Sunlight says, Demetra, why is it goal to convince black women that they can't have a successful monogamous man? Just why? Child, you know I don't be listening to them. I don't. Now I will say I ain't never had no monogamous man. I'm hoping that I will get one, but if not, I'll do sheet angels in my bed all by myself until I.
Right. My good friend, I lost it. It's skipped up real quick. Mike, nice. Oh, T. Delgado says, Donovan, you can't accuse someone of having a side chick without proof. So you're telling me Heather Hunter, who was a porn star that had an effect, was a side piece of Magic Johnson, and in the 80s, all of those Lakers, if you're a Laker fan like I am, that didn't have those groupies, and a lot of those men were married, that had side chicks at that little Laker club they had at the Forum, for those of you guys that remember. So I'm hallucinating that. He was married to Cookie, and he was still messing with the porn stars. So I'm making that up. Okay.
Cookie and Magic is in their 60s. Where is the side piece now? Where is the side piece right now?
I wasn't talking about now. I said these men of means. I didn't say now. I said these men of means have side pieces, be it a man or a woman. You keep talking about moving the goalposts. It doesn't matter. The fact that if you had it in the past, it happened. It happened. If you had it in the past, it happened. It's the same thing. But the fellas and you know the ladies that have some knowledge, you can't just make something disappear because you say, oh, what happened now? No, it happened then too. So if he had a side piece then, he has one now.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the goalpost. Y'all see how it was moving around? It couldn't keep up.
And this is why women get their hearts broken, because they don't want to hear the truth.
I guess. Speed, how you doing? Walaikum salam to you as well. Michelle says these men have never been loyal, but you have the nerve to complain about how black women are moving, dish it out, but can't take it. I'm just gonna keep reading. Yaya's kids. He says it's cheaper to keep her. Exactly, and those men know that. Get yourself somewhere and sit down and settle down to a good choice, right? Yes. And a lot of men with money and a lot of black men with money do that. There's a lot of black men that don't have all that money that do that. Now, I just ain't met too many of them, but they do.
Right. T. Delgado says, who in the heck is Heather? Again, see, this is what we're talking about. I could throw a name out there. You wouldn't know who it is. And I'm glad you don't know who it is. Heather Hunter was a Soul Train dancer.
And what else was she?
Corn actress. Yeah, she was a Soul Train dancer.
How you doing, Deep South Alabama Indian? Hope you're doing well. Lily, what's going on with you? Lena, how you doing? Speed says the Holy Quran teaches us one woman is better if you for you. I think that it's better if you. Your comment got messed up, but one woman is better for you. Ernest, how you doing? Says nothing wrong with a man having more than one woman as long as he could take care of them all, and as long as he tell them that I'm having more than one woman. And to see, let's finish the sentence now. There's nothing wrong with a man having more than one woman that he can take care of, and that he tells that you are one of many. Okay, let's make sure we tell the whole story. But how you doing? Brother Reddy says, although Quincy Jones told on everyone in that that Vibe article, you ain't lying. It's like, oh no, he's delusional. DTD, how you doing? Says, poor or rich, we all have options. For you to say they all have side chicks is crazy. Just a little bit, because how do we know they got side chicks? We don't know. You know? We don't. Raven, how you doing? Says it's not just Puerto Rican women who are crazy about black men. All the other races of women are crazy about black men, which is why these other races of men have a majority animosity toward black men. Yeah, I'm a black woman, and listen, I'm crazy about black men. Let's keep it a buck. I am. So I get it. Sunlight says Dimitri and Donovan is going to hang on Magic Johnson because he can't address any other man you mentioned.
What are you talking about? You got Neo? What's the Neo? I mean, all of these people do it in the entertainment industry, athletes and stuff, all kinds of stuff. Who's that one chick? She went to school with my niece. She's a Muslim now.
Brittany Renner.
I mean, these city girls are out there. I mean, that's a lifestyle now. What universe are you guys living in? I live on planet Earth, and this is what's going on today. They all have side chicks, and they're all doing that. I don't know what you guys are seeing that I'm not seeing.
I mean, there's quite a bit of, and I'm looking at the comments, quite a bit, and y'all forgive me, I'm sweating. I had my heat, my air down. There's quite a bit of pushback in the comment section, like, yo, you bugging, you know, about they all got side pieces, and you know they got side pieces, but we asking you where they at, who they are, you know, who is they?
So you're acknowledging that they've got side pieces, but you guys want names.
I'm not, you said
okay,
that.
I'll give you names. Erica, Tiana, Obagwe, Chikawakwa, Omu, Tiffany, Johnny Blaze, so on, so forth. There it is.
Carrie wants to know, why are you insistent on destroying someone's character that you don't even know?
Whose character?
Well, Magic and them.
Magic was in a relationship with Heather Hunter. That was a side piece. That's a fact. Who else? Who else did I name?
David X, how you doing? Says rich women have gardeners and personal trainers with big egos. Both do the same, but not all. There's some, but not all. And I think we really got to get out of that, because there are people who are faithful to one another. Everybody ain't out there cheating and all this other stuff, acting foolish. There's a lot of people who are like, one woman, one man is good enough for me. I don't need the gardener. But there are women who do that. It's like, oh no, I got that pool boy. He ain't cute. I need a pool boy that's cute, right? And obviously they have other plans for that pool boy, but that's not all rich women. Buckhorse says females in the DMV are wild. Okay, Mr. South Carolina, how you doing? Says marriage between the other races and the chosen ones aren't kosher. Deuteronomy 7:3. Okay, Missions Vision, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yes, Negroes, thou shalt not commit adultery if you go to church and you adhere to the Bible. But you know, even if you don't, it's like, why would you want to cheat on your wife or your husband? You know, I don't know. Rose, how you doing? Says too many STDs. Come on now, I'm gonna say that again. Too many STDs going around. No thanks, especially with the HIV on the rise, especially here in Houston. They done made the HIV and everything else hot and popping. How do you make that fashionable again? How?
Sorry for the interruption. We have a major cloud break that just dropped. So it's raining pretty hard right now. Yeah.
Yeah, this weather's kind of weird out here too. Sunlight says, did you mention Neo? No, thank you. Yeah, Neo, he's got women who know they all live together and either they're all together and stuff, but they know. Brian, how you doing? Says they love black men because the nationality treat them like a slave, but they keep that quiet. I've heard some things that, you know, the men they got that machismo, if you will. They're really macho and all that, I guess, right? Let's see. Marlena, how you doing? Says they seem to be crazy about black men, but hate black women, it seems like. I've heard that too. BA310, how you doing? Says Asian chick said black man is chicken and she is rice, perfect combo. Okay. With a little bit of soy sauce on the side. Brother Reggie. It says DJ Envy admitted cheating, or was it Charlemagne the fraud, or both of them? They both were cheating on their wives, and then Charlemagne came up with this initiative: black men don't cheat, right?
Well, we don't cheat.
But some people say you got to put a comma between black men. Black men don't cheat. Not black men don't cheat. You know, it's like a
But wait a minute though. Now notice, as people are, you know, digesting what I said, look at the people coming out saying all these people that have side pieces or whatever got caught, whatever. When you make a significant amount of money, that is a normal thing that happens in that sphere. You even got Ray and Pookie that have side chicks. They got multiple women pregnant in the neighborhood. So you don't necessarily have to have money. That's just, it's been going on since the beginning of time, you guys. Like I said, ladies, I'm not saying you shouldn't feel the way you feel, but you can't just sit there with blinders on acting like it doesn't happen. It does.
Nobody's saying it doesn't happen, but that don't mean it happens with everybody. And I think that's what the argument is.
I'm not saying everybody. I'm not an everybody person. I said people that make that type of money, it's a common thing. That doesn't mean everybody.
And so I named some people, and you were pretty sure that they got some side pieces. That
I'm very sure. I'm very sure they do.
Yeah, Roddy. Social media is terrible for your health. You ain't lying. You said a word right there. Social media, man, time, energy waste, brain rot. You know, yeah.
Yeah, who was that black anchor on ABC? Him and that white woman they were both married, and they got into a relationship with each other and got fired. I forgot the guy's name, but
they're not the rule. Okay,
no.
They're probably more the exception. They're not the rule. Just because that man or that woman cheated on their husband, wife, don't mean everybody doing it. You know what I mean?
I'm not an everybody person. I'm saying when you make a significant amount of money, right? Okay, I'm speaking from a man's perspective. I have options. I could date multiple women, and if they don't want to roll with it, they don't roll with it. But again, when you have a significant amount of money, you have options, period. TJ Holmes, that was the guy, TJ Holmes.
I mean, yeah, y'all got options, but women got options too.
Yes, and women that have money have been caught up in the same situation.
Women, listen, it's probably mostly women with no money with all the options. Let's keep
1/3 of all births in the United States, the father is not the father.
Well, you know, whatever. The women got options too. It ain't just the men. Y'all acting like the woman is sitting on the wall like, you crazy as hell if you think that. And you talk about women, are we delusional? Y'all delusional. Not my Betsy Lou. Oh, no, she fresh from the country. That she never do me like that. And she doing every Bob, Billy, and Paul Bunyan when you at work. You know, my Betsy Lou out there milking the cow. She never do nothing like that to me. And she doing that to you and everybody else.
What did I tell your sister? What did I tell your sister? What did I tell you that your sister knows about me? I will be forever her side piece. Forever.
Right. Lena says they need to correct themselves. That's why we in this mess. Sunlight says Neo was not one of the men you named. Oh, was my point. Oh, yeah. Right. Because I know that Neo. You know, he's got 3, 4 of them, and they all live together and they know about each other, right? He's put them on game. But the ones that I did name, I ain't heard about them with no side pieces or nothing like that. You know, so it's possible for a man with a lot of money to say, I'm cool with the woman I'm with. I'm rolling with her.
Sure, there's a lot of men and women that are fine with that. But in that sphere of money,
yeah, Tyrese was faithful. So he says, right? We take him at his word. Chanel, how you doing? Says this dude is lying. He's Dominican. So you talking about the dude, or you talking about this dude or the dude that was on the video? Which dude you talking about? Hey, Maritza, how you doing? I see you talking to Brian. And you say, so he says, I love my black husband because he stepped. He manned up. He treats me like a woman deserves to be treated. He's a provider. He's a boss. He's my bestie. And my father is one of those men and ain't never treated my mom like a slave, who is also Puerto Rican. Don't believe the hype, sir. There you go.
Can I ask a question? Why is it that, and I'm trying to understand this. This is a real honest question. Why is it that women equate older women from a different time as being housewives as slavery? Why do they do that?
I mean, I don't even know if necessarily that was the argument as far as housewives are considered slaves. I don't know if that's the argument.
No. In that person's statement where they're talking about their mom and their dad, like why?
Well, because somebody made the statement that Puerto Rican men kind of treat their women like slaves. That's what. So she's responding to that. And she said that's not the case because her dad is Puerto Rican, her mom is Puerto Rican, and he doesn't treat her mother like that. So she was saying that's not true. because that's kind of the saying, and I've heard that before, not just for Puerto Ricans, but other races as well, that the women are kind of subjugated. You woman, I'm man, get in the kitchen, type of thing. So she's just responding to that. That's
yeah.
what that
And the reason I bring that up is because I hear a lot of women always antiquate being a housewife as a slavery. So I'm just like, how do you antiquate that as slavery? It's a different time and place to where we're at today. So I'm just trying to figure that out.
Well, I didn't do that. I don't know who did it, but I don't know. I like I said, I don't even know if that's the argument in regards to that. Frank, how you doing? Let's see. Sunlight says, Demetra, again, having options is not the same as exercising those options. How hard is that to understand? I'm with you. I agree. Negro says, my thing is just, it says, don't cheat, just to end the relationship and move on. Totally. Willie, how you doing? Says, Demetra, stop with the we cheat too. Everybody cheats. Who the man cheating with? Unless y'all... Sometimes y'all do cheat with other men. Now, I ain't saying, I'm just telling you, since that happens, but mostly y'all cheat with other women. So if who y'all cheating with if women don't cheat too? Brian says, the woman with no money running after the man with money, so she becomes an option. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. We all are options, right? What does an option mean? An option means you have a choice between this or this or this, this, and this. So we all have options because we are all a choice. Unless we live in the days of the cavemen where they see a woman and they club her over the head and drag her home. We all are a choice and we have a choice regardless.
Man, the good old days. Just knock her in the head and tell her to get... Go ahead. Sorry, I was reminiscing.
Hey, James. Thank you so much. He says, I want to hold your hand while going for a long walk in the park and sing to you in my Barry White voice. You let me know which park. I'll meet you right there in the middle of the park. See, I'm an option.
Don't you believe it?
All right. Hey, Nona, I don't have his email on me. I don't even have it on me now, so I wouldn't be able to give it to you. But you can try to reach him through African Diaspora News Channel, different inboxes and things like that. But I don't have his email. Let's see. Marissa says they could be machista, but that's in any group of people. So you're talking about the men or the women or both? Let's see. Carrie says, I'm 73 years old, and I have 27-year-old man pulling on me. Get out of here. That's what I'm talking about. 73 years old, still pulling them young. Yes. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I guess. What, Donovan? What?
I'm not going to say a word.
You know better.
That's right. I was raised to respect my elders. You're doggone right.
That's right. Okay. And Marissa says, American indoctrinated women to believe that they are oppressed if they stay home to raise kids and build the home. Part of removing the man from the home and his role as a provider, especially in our communities. Women are empowered to be breadwinners and equals to men, and we see how that is turning out. I totally agree with you. I always tell y'all, I came from a traditional household. I had a traditional, my mom's mom was married for a very long time. So I've seen that, right? I've seen that the woman take care and everything in the house, and it wasn't considered to be all, you making me do this. Because in my mom and dad's situation, my dad went out and worked. He didn't want my mama to work, but I never saw her complain, talk about this sucker tripping, and we were better off for it. Children who were have mothers in the home tend to be better off, you know, that have a stay-at-home mom. So yeah, you're right. Maureen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see, Angela, how you doing? Says exactly, it takes two to do the tango. Yeah, I mean, who they cheating with, you know? Sunlight says, Demetria, most men keep secrets because they know if the woman knew, they would leave or reciprocate. Yep. So if you have so much swag, then you should be open and honest about what you're doing.
Well, I don't agree with that at all, Sunlight, and I'll tell you why. The reason why men, and I'm not making an excuse for men, but if you think about it, once a man is married to a woman and he's in the legal system, he has more to lose in a marriage of divorce. That's why in a lot of cases, 80% plus, the woman initiates the divorce. The woman initiates the divorce. She will walk away from the situation. A man will sit there because he has more to lose in the injustice system. That is just the fact. If it wasn't that case, more men would file, but the system is against men filing. A good case, Jeff Bezos gave his wife half the money, and he made that money back, of course, during the pandemic. But she became the richest woman in the world. You know, I'm not saying, you know, she didn't deserve it. What I'm saying is, though, he lost half of his fortune, just like that. Gone.
Let's back it up a taste. He didn't lose half of his fortune. That was the fortune they built together. And Jeff Bezos says, see, this is the problem that I have. Y'all be complaining about something. Jeff Bezos says she can have whatever she wants. You know why he said that? Because she was there with him in that funky little garage when they was peddling them books out there and all that other stuff. She was there before he became Jeff Bezos, and he cheated on her. So he said she can have whatever he wants. He didn't even contest it. He said, let her have what she wants. Yes, making her the wealthiest woman in the world because she didn't sit there while he made the money. She helped him make that money. So I don't know. I don't see what the problem is.
Right, but that I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I didn't contest that. I'm talking about the justice system. I just use Jeff Bezos as most men when it comes to divorce. That's why men don't initiate divorce. We have more to lose. She deserved every penny. I never disputed anything that you're saying. I'm talking about the justice system.
So I'm like, no, I didn't hear you say anything about divorce. And they said, well, then don't get married, you know? Yeah, and I agree. For the people, men and women who think like that, yeah, you probably shouldn't get married. You know, you should probably just stay single, or whatever the case is, if you feel like you're going to have something to lose or whatever the case is. But a lot of people go into marriage thinking I'm not going to lose anything. Hopefully it works out for everybody. You stay married or whatever. But that women are that file for divorce more than men. I mean, we also can't blanket that and say, oh, well, 80% of those women are disgruntled and they have absolutely no reason to file, right? Some of them, I feel like I deserve better and I just woke up one day. Yeah, there's some that do that, but there's some who have valid reasons for saying, nah, I'm good, homie. We gonna have to dissolve this.
A good example you're talking about just now, people that don't get protect your assets. What's that football player that just that dummy that didn't protect his money? You can marry who you want, love who you want. We're asking you, because of the way things are, protect your money, young blood.
Yeah. Negro, she was there when the money was being made. So yeah, and he didn't contest her on it. And Brother Reggie, you make a good point. It says Jeff Bezos should have stayed with his first wife. That new plastic bra looks scary. Yeah.
Oh my God, she looks scary. She looks like a Thimbot or something.
But I'm sure he likes her that way. You know, he likes her that way or whatever. But she done jumped out of 2 marriages before him. So yeah, he's marrying her. You better have an ironclad prenup, right? Because she's more likely to leave the marriage than Mackenzie. That was his first wife. Then Mackenzie was, you know. But sometimes that happens to y'all. Y'all get out there with the new plastic fembot. Oh, this is my girl, and she like, I don't think I want to do this. But you know what? I want half because I just need half. Not because she helped you build anything, because she needs half. And then a lot of times y'all be giving her half, right? Or spend a lot of money trying not to give her half. Yeah, you talking about Travis Hunter. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. That's his wife, their money. He was never going to buy me nothing. You know, if my livelihood was tied to his money, then I might be like, yeah, wait a minute now. but it's not, you know. DTD, it says, I must go. Loving the conversation. I hope to catch the next live. And we hope you catch the next live too. And thank you for being here with us. Sunlight says, Demetra, as to the justice system, as we hear a million times, the average black man only makes $40,000. So I honestly don't think $20,000 is significant, right?
I disagree again. Sunlight. Because if $20,000 wasn't significant, you got women putting dudes on child support that ain't got jack. So yeah, $20,000 is significant. Some of these brothers ain't got nothing, and they're putting them on child support.
Hey, Momo, you said some of the Puerto Rican guys are dating black women and yes, they are. Indeed, they are. You know, Johanny says she looks like Matt. Don't do Lauren. She looked like Madam from Solid Gold.
I used to love that puppeteer. Remember, didn't she have her own sitcom? Didn't she have her own sitcom for a little while?
She might have. Yeah.
I think it went on for like I think it went on for like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, Solid Gold. Man, that was a show right there.
Name me two of the female hosts, and you should know them because you're a music person.
Marilyn McCoo.
Come on.
Dionne Warwick.
No, there it is.
Dionne Warwick. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what's it's funny, bring up Marilyn McCoo. Her and her husband, they're still together. After all those years. They're in their 90s now. I think they're in their 90s and they're still touring, which is amazing, right? The average optical thinker says, sounds like Bezos is one step from them robots. Yeah, you might be getting them one, you know, or already got one. Anthony, how you doing? Says Kanye has a lot to lose messing with the fembots. Yeah, he does. You know, he's married now. So I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Carrie says an average man don't have that kind of money. That is true. And Anigo says Jesus wouldn't care about the money. And if that's all we're looking for and base that on how we see and treat people, we are never going to know true love. I totally agree. Totally. Tracy says, don't help make a baby if you don't want to help take care of it. That part. Willie says these broke bums out here are running through them and leaving evidence too, as in a baby. Yep. Buckhorse says, guess what, y'all? It's a lot of YouTubers all at Puffy's court case. They all went to New York. Yeah, I heard about that. A lot of people from TikTok as well. I actually follow some of them to get the update at night. And when I'm going to sleep, I listen to the update to catch up. So it's actually really interesting. James says the USA system, quote unquote, wants all marriages to fail, especially the black ones. The true Hebrew Israelite Psalms. You say 83 and 4. Okay. Nola says one less bell to answer, one less egg to fry. Man, that used to be my song. I remember listening to that song. It would come on the radio, like the oldies radio station. I could have been no more than maybe 11 or 12. And that song just does something to you. You know what I mean? Love that song. Yes. Negro says, I'm in Staten Island. I should go down there. And down there where? Where is there? But yeah, I don't know. The Puerto Rican gentleman, he has taken issue with that. But as I said, I thought they was black. I know several Puerto Ricans who identify as black. So that struck me as odd. Like, okay, you know. But then it also gives merit to the other part of that conversation that I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. Or I'm not black. I'm Dominican. You know, or whatever it is. So it's like, I don't know. I guess color me confused. Now I will say, I know that all Puerto Ricans do not think that way. Again, you study history. It's a different boat stop. They come from enslaved people as well. You know, so...
And you also got to remember, you know, it's a nationality, and in Puerto Rico, one culture, one people. Dominican Republic, one culture, one people, right? You got the Haitians mixed in there, whatever it is. But see, that's the difference. They can cling on to their home island, their home country, or whatever you want to call it, their culture. It's just, like these South Afrikaners, they're Dutch. They can go back and see. This is the difference between us and everybody else in the world. All these other people have a home country. We are the lost tribe of Africa that, yeah, we can identify with the continent of Africa. We just don't know where we're at on that continent.
Well, some of us do, if do your ancestry, your DNA, whatever it is, you'll know.
Some of y'all don't listen to Demetria. Do not do your DNA, because some of y'all have done some crimes and they're trying to find everybody out of that database. Do not do it.
I mean, listen, if they want to find you, you got a digital footprint. Everybody got at least 2 or 3 social media platforms. Entered your name. And that's why I don't play a lot of these games on Facebook and all that, because you entering in your information and stuff. And I heard that a long time ago that they can use these, like you put in different information to see what kind of king you are, what kind of queen you are, what color you are, and all this other stuff. That's a way of them to collect data. So, people talk about, oh, don't submit your DNA, but they know who you are. Okay. They know who you are. So what are we hiding from? Get to know who you are, Geechee. Okay. Figure out where you come from.
Wait. I want to say this though. Your average logical thinker, if you guys get a chance, go to her YouTube channel. She was on there this morning. There is one New Orleans Negro guy that is out, and it's the guy, you would think this guy would have gotten caught by now, because he's the light-skinned brother with the tattoos on his face, and he was throwing his case out there on a YouTube channel, and your average logical thinker covered it. Man, you guys, we love having these conversations with you guys. I love having it. I love looking at you guys' channels and following you. Your average logical thinker, she was breaking it down. She was that brother has not been caught yet, because he was one of the only ones smart enough to stay off of social media until recently. So if you guys go to your average logical thinker, she broke that video down. If you got any questions, you might want to ask her on it. But that brother was trying to put his innocent case out there like I forgot what movie that was, but average logical thinker brought it up. And that was such a good video this morning, you guys. I'm telling you, I would not say it if it wasn't so. She covered it, gave her opinions on it. Her opinions were spot on. And I'm telling you, I was cracking up this morning because a lot of the stuff was so damn true. That light-skinned brother with the tattoos on his face is the only one left out there. They haven't found him yet. And he put his case out there why he was innocent and all this other stuff. Go to your average logical channel and go see that video. Please go check it out.
Yeah, I saw the video. He, went live, or he didn't go live. I think he put a video out and just put out his case. Said, "Hey, here's an affidavit. I'm innocent." Blah blah blah. He asked Trump, NBA YoungBoy, Meek Mills, and a whole host of other people to help him. He's like, "I'm getting a raw deal here. I need y'all to help me." So he says, because he said, "When y'all catch me, when I go back inside." So I think he probably pretty much knew that it's a matter of time before. But he looked fresh to death. Then he had on a nice little jogging suit. He was like, "When I get back in there, y'all please help me get out." So he knows it's a matter of time before they catch back up to him. But, hey, nothing beats a fail but a try. So, hey, by the time 103, how you doing? Brother Reggie says, Tom Homie going to get that face tatted fugitive. It might, and hopefully he made the video days and days before, and now, he done moved on to somewhere else. And he says, "Listen, we need to put this out 5 days from now." But where somebody helping him, because, like I said, he was, fresh to death. Yes, but please follow your average logical thinker. And Brother Reggie that's on here, he's giving us the rundown on Japan. Excellent channel, excellent commentary and visuals and videos and things like that. The average logical thinker, she's going to give you your opinion about things that's happening throughout everywhere. Very knowledgeable. So please go follow her. Brother Reggie's another one here. He says, "I didn't leave the jail." Yeah, that's what he said. They let me out. Says, "I didn't." I'm like, that's right. Be careful, young man, with the words you use. They let me out. So they might say go. Are you sure? Oh yeah, you must leave. Okay. That's what I would be saying. For Faquan, how you doing? So you listening? And King Shaw, how you doing? It says it's rumored that Trump is going to separate Puerto Rico from the U.S. and let them become a country again. How he don't do that?
No, that's not true. Puerto Rico is its own territory, so it is its own country, as in culture. It's its own territory, but it's owned by the United States. So you can't separate what's already. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I mean, Trump be talking stupid, but he can't. I mean, he can't do that on his own, right? He can't just say
recognized as a territory. It's recognized as a territory. So it's like Hawaii. Hawaii was its own nation at one time. It took all the ratification and stuff, and we annexed it and did the whatever international thing you're supposed to do, and Hawaii became a state. Puerto Rico will never be separated. It's always going to be a part of the United States, just like Alaska. Alaska also went through the process of ratification and stuff recently. Hawaii and Alaska are the two last states admitted to the Union, and that happened in the 50s, something like that. So again, Puerto Rico will not be allowed to go because they already are acknowledged as their own. They're a territory of the United States, but they're still their own island and their own culture and their own identity. They still have all of that. And think about it. If you're a young country in the modern age, why would you want to separate and go out on your own when you don't have the resources or the money to do it? They had that. They're still recovering from that hurricane where half the power on the island is knocked out and stuff. They get a significant amount of money from the United States to keep them going. So it is just a rumor. Like I said, like you said, it's just a rumor. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Nobody is going to cede any territory in the modern world. It's not going to happen.
I mean, if that's the case, let's all vote to cut off Washington from the rest of the United States and push them off wherever you could push them off to, in the dirt, the water, I don't know, whatever they're close to.
Right, because Washington, D.C. is a territory. That's not even a state. It's a territory. Right.
So there you have it. But anyway, I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. I'm going to get out of here because I got a lot of work to do. Bucker says, Miss K, I love your video when you came up north with Dr. Phil. Yes, indeed. Talking about the little short that I put up of all of us up there. Yeah, we had a great time.
All the videos I've been seeing is you dancing and having a good time.
Everybody ain't seen that video. I might put one. I wasn't dancing like that, I was dancing like a lady.
You were. It was a Christian revival. So there we go. And by the way, you guys, I am going to city council tonight. If you saw my video from the last city council, this is going to be a part 2 of that because I've got to tell this mayor again what the hell is up. So I'll be going to city council tonight. Look for the video on Facebook, YouTube, all that other great stuff. And again, if you guys are not at the grassroots level going to your city council, and I don't have to be there physically. You got smartphones and whatever. You guys are part of the problem. It doesn't make sense to me how you live in a community and you don't know what's being built there. You don't know anything that's happening and what they're putting in your city. And then as Black folks, we want to show up like Miss Jackson when it's all done. It's all done. Demetri will tell you, this lady came there after everything was done. 3 or 4 months after the fact to complain. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. Let's get involved with what is going on in our communities at the local level, because that's what affects us the most.
Have you seen Miss Jackson since?
Haven't seen her since. She showed up for that one meeting and you never saw her again.
She came up in there and did a Tasmanian devil, and started a dust bowl like pig pen. Hair all over the place, and I ain't seen her since. I was intrigued. I was like, maybe I'll come back more often if they're this exciting. I was out there thinking I wasn't throwing her back in a circle. No, I'm a lady. I do that in the house. I'm just playing. So anyway,
Denise's one of those people that get out of the car and twerk and then get run over.
No, I don't think so. Okay. You won't see no videos. Now, you might see me on a treadmill somewhere. Not twerking. I don't be twerking. But I don't walk on a treadmill. I can never walk on a treadmill. It's so boring. I strut and I dance on the treadmill. Because that's how only way I could get through it. I know how people could just just walk. I got to be. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
All I know is in Columbus, Ohio, she put Miss Shirley to shame. Demetra had her fan, stepping.
Brother Reggie got it right.
Oh, you were doing a Sheila Jackson Lee as she was going down the line.
Hey, Bakari said that's right. James says, Demetra, I saw you taking pictures with other men. I put my fist through the sheet. I mean, I took pictures with women too. I love everybody. They love me. It was a great time. A great time was had. I will say, I danced all night at the concert. It was a great time and all that. So anyway, yeah, try dancing on the treadmill. You won't regret it. So I might try to come back here tomorrow. See if I can scrape Walter up from somewhere. He was in New York last week, so maybe he's back now. We'll see. Anyway, love and appreciate every last one.
I hope Walter took a picture of that female black statue. He did? Good.
He did. And he was quite intrigued. He said she's giant, and I think he changed his mind, about the statue. I didn't sense any hate. Hey, Herschel, how you doing? The average logical thinker says, Demetra, ever do those soul cycling classes? Yes, I have. I got shoes and everything. I just haven't. Well, actually, the gym I was going to, they canceled all the classes, so I haven't been in a long time. But I like soul cycling. I took this one lady. She's a Hispanic lady, and she was kind of just straight laced. So I didn't like her music, and I never listened to it. So I wore my own earbuds, and I, followed her instructions. But yeah, I was doing my own soul cycle on the bike. A lot of fun. Once you get past your booty hurting on the bike, you're good.
Demetra has to bring her own seat when it comes to biking.
At first, I thought I was going to have to because I was like, this hurt. But I'm used to it now. I probably got calluses. Never mind. Anyway, thank you all so much. Love and appreciate everybody. We'll see y'all maybe tomorrow. Peace.